Hi guys, welcome to your ancestor guidance readings for this week. I'm just doing an intro that I'm going to have at the beginning of each video so I don't have to repeat this 12 times for everyone, and then I can get everything in that I need and not forget for one sign and remember for another. So when we get into the ancestor guidance, I actually have 4 decks. I have 3 oracle decks and a tarot deck that I'm going to use to tap into their energy, probably pulling out past life information about them to help you to connect with this ancestor. So because I'm saying ancestor energy, that can come in different ways. That can come in as someone that you recognize. Yes, I know this person. I knew them well. They've passed now and they're speaking to me from the other side. This could also come in as someone that you know now and who hasn't passed, and it's their higher self speaking to you, because that's also possible. It can also be your own higher self speaking to you in these readings. If you're getting information about the ancestor and it's not really recognizable to you at all, it could still be an ancestor that lived a lifetime quite a while ago that you're not aware of consciously in this lifetime. If the entire reading doesn't resonate for you at all, then I haven't tapped into an ancestor on any level for you. So that's what I have for you guys. We're going to look at the guidance that they have for you now and why. Why now? All right, thanks. Enjoy your readings. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. As the introduction said, Cancer, we're going to use an ancestor to give you guidance at this time. I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to try to start to figure out who this ancestor is for you. I'm going to start with the Doggy Wisdom Oracle deck. We're going to go into the Archetype deck, Animal Oracle, and the Good Tarot. These have been fascinating people, actually. Fascinating energies. Okay, let's start building on this and trying to figure out the characteristics, personality of this ancestor coming in for Cancer. This ancestor coming in for Cancer. All right, Cancer, this person doesn't look back. Don't look back. No, actually, I don't get that, because they are looking back. I feel like this person would tell themselves, I'm not going to do that, but then they would do it. Or I'm not going to look over there, but they would look over there. So the first thing I'm getting is this person didn't do what they said they would do. Or, I don't know. Let's see where this goes. It's kind of funny. Patience. Patience. It's funny, the underline feels like it's different from the card. So others were patient with this person in regards to not looking back or something. What is this? Oh my God, all this. A hedonist dilettante inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Dilettante delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Okay, I'm already seeing, this is funny. I like this person. Well, I don't know if I'd want to rely on them for anything. So, okay, so this is coming like it is something about, it says don't look back, but the dog is looking back. So it is like this person would say something, but then they would go, like, let's say I would never buy a white car. And then 3 weeks later, you see them driving around in a white car. It was like, you said you'd never buy a white car. I'm hearing either they would say, oh, I never said that. So there might have been a sense of like, no, delusional narcissism, or I was like, well, you know, I like white cars now. I don't know this person, because this is funny too. This is almost like somebody who's, enjoying the fruits of their labor, doing their labor, but their labor isn't really something that, okay, this is what I'm picturing. I'm picturing actually, but I don't know that this is his actually not really his personality, because he seemed quite, you know, his word was pretty good. You could take it, but just sort of the way he looked and the life he lived was an art teacher that worked for the art studio that I ran a few years ago. And so funny. He always looked disheveled, but he was really good at what he did. He was a great artist. He was great at teaching art. He even lived in this really old house, and he couldn't get anything done in it because of the bylaws. It's like, the house frustrated him, but he loved it to death. And like, he lived like an artist. Like, he really did. But he did somehow manage to make an income and have a wife and have a family, which is, you know, always like impressive for artists. But this is it. I don't know what this is. I want to say a bit of an eccentric person. Okay. Oh God, child eternal. This person never grew up. This person never grew up. Oh wait, but then this like tower comes in. Oh my God. They had determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. But there's something funny about everyone being patient with this person. I don't know why. Maybe it's almost like they say, okay, I'm never coming back to one of these family reunions again. Never. You're all batty and crazy. Never coming back. But that's what's cool about this too, is there's something about this, but like, you just always want to say, you can hardly wait for great uncle, I'm hearing Uncle Peg. So I don't know what that is, because Peg, what is Peg? Like Peggy? It's like a woman's name, but I don't know. There's something odd about this person, but it's like, you just look forward to you want to see what's going to happen when they show up. Oh, and they always come back though. It's funny, right? Or they don't come back to the next family reunion. Now I'm not. Wait. This person could flip on a dime. They could change their mind. Oh, I'm getting that lyric in that Billy Joel song. She could need, she's always a woman to me. Because isn't that the song where, what is it? He says, she never changes her mind. She just decides something different or something like that. It's like that. But, so I don't know. Why there's a tower moment here? I don't know. That could be interesting. Give me a second. This is a really eclectic person. Okay, I think one of the reasons they're like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going there anymore. I'm not going to go to another family reunion with you idiots. do it. Because they're odd. So they're odd, and they live in their odd moments. And then, but I think they switch, and maybe that's it. Like, it's like, you think, everyone would think that they knew this person. And then, oh my God, what is Uncle Peg doing now? I can actually, this is great, because I've actually like seen Uncle Peg, who is probably Uncle Peter, but decided I'm going to go by Peg, and I like high heels. So I don't know, there's something so crazy and dynamic and eclectic about this person. The tower, yeah, releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. Okay. There's definitely, and the child eternal. I have no idea if this person was responsible for things or not. Responsible? Because look at the cards that are here, it doesn't look like it. I feel like they kind of lived their life in their own way. They lived by their own rules. I feel like they had difficulty walking away from certain things. And they would say, like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not going to that. I'm not talking to that neighbor anymore. I don't know. So I feel like they can quickly release some sort of behavior. It's like, oh, that doesn't work anymore. I'm not going to do that. Or take on some new behavior. Oh, this is going to be good. I'm going to do this for a little while. Let's see how this goes. Like, someone really living in the moment and like, okay, this is how it's going to be. This person, I'm really enjoying these. I'm enjoying these ancestor energies because they're freaking hilarious. People are so interesting and unique and different. And this is one. You've pulled in one here. I don't know what this person is. Okay, let's keep going. Oh no, I did do the art. What's at the bottom of the archetype deck? Oh, storyteller, visionary. This person had some tall tales. Tall tales. But if you don't, like, everybody needs somebody like this in their family. Come on, this is the best shit ever. Because everybody else at the family reunion. Hi, how are you? Yeah, how is everything going? How are the kids? How's your job? Yeah, it's great, thanks. Yeah, Uncle Peg comes in. Who the hell bought a white car? Don't you know what white cars do to the environment? It's like, Uncle Peg is here. I don't know. This is funny. I want to say this person probably a bit of a downloader with the visionary and the storyteller. Oh, there's some tall tales with this one. But what's interesting is I almost feel like with this personality, it's like these tall tales, I think there's like a mix of truth and falsehood, or truth and exaggerated circumstances, which, you know, you're never really sure. Did Uncle Peg really go to India and ride an elephant through the desert for 3 months? I don't know. Oh, Cancer, leave it up to you to pull in one. I think this person enjoyed themselves too. I mean it because it says, okay, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. So they're like, yeah, I like me. I don't care if you do or not. I gotta go now. I'm never come back to this place. But what I love is, but you see, do these not? They're the same. This is the boring energy. It's like everybody else at the family reunion. Yeah, and then we took the kids to skating, and then yeah, and Uncle Peg comes in and says, yeah, you know what? I went skating with Liberace in 1972. Okay. When did Liberace die? My grandmother loved Liberace. It's funny. My grandfather used to say, something not quite right about that guy. I don't know what's going on. What do you have here? I'm not ready, actually. Nothing is wasted. See the big picture. I think that's interesting. I think, too, like, I'm going to keep calling him Uncle Peg. So, this Uncle Peg energy. Even with, the visionary storytelling, nothing is wasted. It's all important. It all means something at the end of the day. If it doesn't mean something to you now, it'll mean something to you later. I mean, I can picture this guy too, like coming in and like finding and probably sitting at the kids' table. Like, I'm gonna sit with the adults. I'm gonna sit with the kids' table. But I also see someone who's probably got like a flask of something and the kids want a drink. But then like a real adult comes by and says, you can't, Uncle Peg, you can't give that to the kids. Well, why not? They should know now. That's funny. Okay, now I'm ready for cards. It just got all quiet. Like Uncle Peg just left and nobody knows what to say. Okay. Dream the world into being. Oh boy. This character, this person, this ancestor is really connected to things beyond the mundane and earth. But I want to say connected to the things that really matters. You know, like both of these say everything to me. Barefoot, painting a picture. I'm going to enjoy the fruits that I have to pick here. I love me. I love this experience. I love how my body feels in this moment. I don't care what anybody thinks because it feels so good, right? And hey, let's pretend we can fly. Let's lay in the grass and imagine, shall we? Okay, everybody close your eyes. Oh, I wish I had an Uncle Peg. But this is, I'm going to pull a card on that. Releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. Okay, okay, I'm getting something else with that. It's almost like Uncle Peg, the last time you saw Uncle Peg, Uncle Peg was totally, had totally become like a huge environmentalist and was, you know, only using plant-based dyes to paint things anymore, was totally vegan, was bathing in rainwater. It's like, you know, Uncle Peg was just, you know, being an Uncle Peg. And then the next time you see Uncle Peg at one of the family reunions that they're never going to come back to, that he does come back to, she, Uncle Peg's now like living on a cattle ranch. It's totally like living the opposite life. You're like, but Uncle Peg, like, I thought you were vegan. I thought you were, oh no, you know what I learned about that? No. And you know what? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. So I'm not. I don't think I ever loved an ancestor one like this one. This is great. Did we get a card from, oh yeah, you did. Dream the world into being. Learn from the past. Interesting. What did I just say though? It's like taking on this something. That's what is so inspiring about this ancestor. I have no idea what this ancestor's going to give you guidance in. It's going to be interesting. Probably live life the way you want to, in the best way that you feel it should be lived, and then tell the rest of the world to fuck off. I'm not coming back unless you feel like it, and then, you know, maybe you will. But it's literally like embracing something, right? Like I embrace this right now. I'm living in it. I'm experiencing it. And it is child eternal because it's living in the moment. This is who I am right now. I am a vegan, spiritualist, naturalist. And then into the next family reunion, Uncle Peg is like a cattle rancher living in Montana. But each thing, there's like something that's learned. And it's almost like these extremes. I learn on this extreme, I learn on that extreme, and I take all those down the path of life with me. I might hang on to this ancestor for a while. Let him, Uncle Peg. There, I have a new uncle, Uncle Peg. Uncle Peggy. What you doing? That's funny. Oh, sorry, I'm just looking at my computer. That was kind of rude, wasn't it? All right, so let's get some... I'm going to pull one on the destroyer. I just want to see what comes out. Out of my own curiosity, I think I've already kind of pulled at it, and it does learn from the past, destroyer, releasing what's potentially destructive, preparing for new life. It's kind of like, okay, well, I can't, you know, just bathe in rainwater all the time, or I really need a steak. I don't know what it is, but Uncle Peg's like, I need a steak. So I'm going to go cattle ranching. Or you can just go to the grocery store and buy a steak, Uncle Peg. Nobody will know. No! Gotta know where cows come from. Gotta see how they eat, what they smell like. I gotta breathe it in. Didn't want to split. Okay, the destroyer. Oh, the king of air. It's like facts, man. This is a fact. I feel like this Uncle Peg. I'm just gonna keep calling your ancestor Uncle Peg. Was really smart. You know what? Like, this is somebody who's just not caught up in all of the mundanity. And that's what I said. It's like everybody else is showing up to the family reunion. Yeah, I got my snow tires. But Uncle Peg has got a few stories to tell. But what's fascinating, though, is that they dive into life hard and fast and big and bold. And when they do it, they learn like so much that nobody else is friggin' learning because they're all sitting on the sidelines. And Uncle Peg is jumping in. And everyone thinks Uncle Peg is crazy. Maybe a little bit, actually quite a bit eccentric. And somewhat unpredictable. But they're patient with it because they're endearing. So I want to say this ancestor is very endearing. But I want to honestly say, I feel like Uncle Peg had a mind that knew a lot more than most because, like I said, so many are sitting on the sidelines and Uncle Peg never did. So, there you go. Okay. Oh, the Hermit. Nobody's going to see Uncle Peg for a while. The Strength card for a long while. And then the Tower. And then surprise! Uncle Peg is here. Oh my God, this has become predictable. It has become predictable. I said, Uncle Peg, I'm not coming back to this family reunion ever again. Never. And it seems like, yeah, we haven't seen Uncle Peg in a couple years. I think Uncle Peg was serious this time. Surprise! Uncle Peg is here. Okay, the Hermit, the Moon. What are they doing? Nobody knows. The Strength card, the Two of Fire. I think Uncle Peg was probably like someone who like really did pull away, went into really deep thoughts about things, probably scared the shit out of themselves with the things that were going on in their own head, and then started to project outwardly. Okay. It's almost like before the moment when Uncle Peg finally shows up to a family reunion 5 years later, Uncle Peg is projecting themselves there. The Tower. Oh, with a whole new outfit. Oh, the Hanged Man. And a whole new perspective. Oh, I love it. The Messenger of Air. Or Fire. Of Fire. It's like the Page of Wands. I could see Uncle Peg doing that. I don't know. I want to be born in a family the next lifetime that has an Uncle Peg. Because we're like totally hanging out with Cancer's Uncle Peg here. Okay. So what kind of guidance does this ancestor have for you? Watch, it'll be something really practical. If it is, it's kind of like, because we know that's what you want. So I'm going to tell you what you don't want. Why would you listen to me? You never listened to me when I was alive. I think this is really igniting my Leo South Node. The energies of these, they could almost write you could take every one of these ancestors and you could develop a strong character out of them, and then you could write a whole book. Somebody should do that. Like all of the ancestors that are they're all so unique. What an eclectic bunch. Okay, make a great story. Their guidance for Cancer this time. What do they think Cancer should do right now? What is their guidance for you? What does this say? Visions. Imagine. Have some visions. Take some weird shit. See what you see. I am not advising anybody to do that. Your Uncle Peg might be, but don't take anything that you don't. I'm not advising anything. But it feels like that. Kind of like somebody who's smoking something. I don't know. A fish. Oh, yeah. Open your mind. Look beyond the mundane, Cancer. Judgment. Well, I feel like Uncle Peg was really good with that because it's like a whole new life. Starting life all over again. I'm going to start it all over again. I honestly like this better than somebody who's totally committed to the same thing their entire life and they never change. I could imagine that it would be difficult to be like a close friend with Uncle Peg or a partner with Uncle Peg. Oh, no, unless, you know what? No, unless you totally are cool with it. You're right. Like, and you'd really have no other choice because Uncle Peg wouldn't be waiting for anybody to like accept him, her, or whatever. Just no. You know, this is inspiring me. I want to see what your past lives have been. I think we should do that next week. I'm going to try to pull out like your past life. Who are you in a past life? Y'all, this is funny. Your ancestors are a hoot. Watch, y'all will be like, well, you were a banker and you had... Okay. Let's see what tarot comes out with this. It's getting serious now, Uncle Peg. I okay, the other thing I really like about this is the destroyer with the king of air. And the destroyer is like the tower. And then you have the tower with the hanged man. This is like someone who can feel very strongly about something, but they can also be swayed to see it in a different way. So it's not stubborn thinking. I would say it can be persistent thinking. Persistent. Why is this? This wants to come out. The 9 of coins. Well, independent, very independent thinking. I just put that there. That wanted to come out for some reason. Okay. So you have Alchemist. I think this card has come out for everyone so far. I think so. I'm not sure. Did it for Gemini? Yeah, I think. So the Alchemist which is temperance, but I love like the alchemy of it too. And at this period of time with the solar eclipse and the new moon and all that shit in Aries, it is like all these things are alchemizing. Oh, I was going to say it doesn't look like it's Empress. So you have Alchemist, Empress, Lovers. Wow, you have all this major arcana. Under Alchemist, you have Cups 5 of Cups. Under Empress, you have 10 of Coins. Under Lovers, so I'm just hearing something from Uncle Peg. Under Lovers, you have Magician. You have a lot of major arcana. Major arcana. A lot of major arcana. The 10 of Wands is at the bottom. Okay, there's 2 things that are coming through in this. I'll get to the underline in a minute. No, actually, I'm going to say it right now because it's kind of pertinent. Okay, your ancestor, Uncle Peg here, is like, you know, releasing burdens. That's something for you to think about. So some sort of burden that you are carrying, some sort of weight on your shoulders that you don't need to be carrying. Because your great Uncle Peg here is not really carrying much. But I don't want to say that because I'm pulling in something that's getting a little more deep into this energy. And I'm seeing it here in your cards because I'm hearing great Uncle Peg doesn't want you to make the same mistakes or mistake that they made. And it has something here to do with partnership. It does have something here to do with partnership. Obviously it has something to do with home, family. There's transformation here. I want to say, okay, it's almost like great Uncle Peg was running from something. And I kind of want to say he knew it. She knew it. That's why, like, I'm not looking back. But the dog is looking back. That's the thing. I can't, and it's funny, I don't think I've ever picked that up before. Isn't it so obvious? So, running away from something, but it looks like it could be partnership, it could be happiness, it could be manifesting. And what's fascinating, right? Like what's being alchemized here is sadness, depression, disappointment, emotions. And then it gets really amazing after that point. You have the Empress and the 10 of Pentacles, the Lovers and the Magician. It's like building something absolutely beautiful. But if you get caught up in the burdens. So, okay, what I'm hearing is it's almost like great Uncle Peg was just like, I'm not going to take on any burdens, to the point where it actually became a burden. Visions. Angel of Visions. So I want to say that, I don't know, whoever this great Uncle Peg is, something, I feel like she's going to come into a dream for you and show you something. Maybe show you a possible reality, right? Because you also have the messenger, the page of fire, of wands, the communicator, like lighting up something in your mind here. It's not, okay, well, I guess I could clarify, and I think I might, because out of all of them, it's the most mutable and flexible message. Like kind of what I've said already. But I kind of feel like too, like this energy is not one to want to tell anybody, you know, what you got to do in your life. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go Peg. I'm just saying. Okay, what's this vision about? How will this vision come to you? Should you meditate? Is it in sleep? Is it just something that will dawn on you? How is Great Uncle Peg? There's a 10 of Wands. Okay, and the Queen of Wands. So this is honestly like leaving behind anything that anyone else could tell you. So if this is part of the vision right now, is to give you some sort of clarity on something, it is like the only wand you really ever need to carry. And I'm getting to like even opinion of yourself, because you could tell this energy couldn't have cared less what anybody really thought. And that wasn't masking anything. I'm really getting that clear, like that would, but this is coming through as if to say, you know, the only opinion, if I don't know, opinions that weigh you down, because I feel like the Queen of Wands doesn't really care. Doesn't really care about, you know, how she's going to express herself, what kind of creative avenue she's going to go down, how she's going to govern herself. It's all self, right? So there's something here about dropping this and just really being yourself. 100%, just really being yourself. And actually, that even feels like that alone would give you the clarity in something here in your life. Alchemizing the 5 of Cups. You have the Star, the 6 of Pentacles, and the World. Now it's funny because the World was in reverse, but if you know me, I'm not much of a reverse reader, but it does kind of make sense in here, because it's almost like you've healed something, you've brought balance, but refusing to close it. So it could be getting caught up in some sort of a cycle of mourning, or even if it's become a habit. It's alchemized. It's almost like saying like it's been alchemized here, because then the energy is just absolutely gangbusters. The Empress and the 10 of Pentacles. And I love this because both of these are just motherly, glowing, fruitfulness. It's just happy, beautiful. Empress and the 10 of Coins. The Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. Yeah, I kind of feel like some of you are running away from something that you could fulfill here with others, something within you that you have to give. Even some sort of guiding light, like, right? Like, look at how she's like just pointing to the little one. It's almost like she's introducing the little one. Look at all of the different types of foods that you can eat. Oh, and look over there. What is that? What is that? Right? And then right below that, you have this lioness with the cubs. So there's really a way here for you to nurture others, particularly maybe even, like I even said, I could picture Uncle Peg at the kids' table. Didn't want to sit with the kids. I gotta sit with your parents. I don't like your parents. Don't wait, tell your parents I don't like. I just and then the kids in the car ride home. Mom, Dad, Uncle Peg said he didn't like you guys. Yeah, we know. So it's funny. So the Lovers and the Magician. You have the King of Wands. Oh, and the Five of Cups. Well, that's interesting because you have the Five of Cups here as Alchemizing, and you have the King and Queen of Wands together. I said something here. There's something here that Uncle Peg missed in partnership in life. And it's something here for you in that. You have like two partners, the King and Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is carrying, I want to say like a burden. What burden? I don't know. It felt like, really? I don't know, Uncle Peg. Maybe Cancer has the burden of beauty. Because the Queen of Wands is usually like the sexiest, the most beautiful, and that's a burden. I don't know, maybe it is. It could be. But maybe you've downplayed your attractiveness too. Whether you're male or female. Like maybe you've downplayed your attractiveness because this Empress with the 10 of Coins, this is glowing, honey. This is like glowing. It's beautiful. There's like an inner beauty here that like would draw people in. Like a bees to honey. And maybe you hold that back. You hold that back. Is the King of Wands like sad? Is there somebody out there waiting for you and you haven't shown up yet? Or is it somebody that you already know? This Magician, manifesting. Yeah, somebody's trying to manifest you. That's what Uncle Peg has to say. Somebody's trying to manifest you. And you got the 10 of Wands at the bottom. I don't actually figured out. Wait, I think we already know why the mess. I keep figuring this out. It's like he's here. I think we already know, Uncle Peg. So you got the Ace of Wands and the 10 of Wands. That's clarity, inspiration. Release it, like I said, like release all the wands. You don't need any other wand but your own. She's got a nice wand there. She looks great. She looks great with her wand. There's a reflect with a bird feeder. The sun is hitting the bird feeder on the window. The Four of Pentacles. Oh, look at the Empress is in reverse. Stuck. Don't be stuck. Don't be stuck. I don't need to pull out any cards for why. Like we got it because somebody's manifesting you. Yeah. So, great Uncle Peg was a hoot. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to look at, guidance that Uncle Peg has for you in the future. So, like future guide. This is like talking to you right now, right? Like what we pulled out right now. And then we're going to look into the future a little bit more with your great Uncle Peg there. Or any other ancestors that want to come in. But no, he says no. You don't want to talk to them, they're boring. So, until next time, Cancer, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.